call hello, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. I'm the brother Malak from the Diligent Soldier Camp here in Boston, Mass. And as always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. All right, the name of this one's going to be The Lord Don't Lie. The Lord don't lie. Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi does not lie, man. All right? And I'm going to go straight into this article. All right? It's by End Time Headlines. All right? You can find that at endtimeheadlines.org. And it's entitled, Iranian Missiles Strike Jerusalem's Old City with Debris Falling Close to the Holy Sites. Right? So-called holy sites, right? It says this was on the 20th of March. It says debris was reported. Debris was reported near the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, as well as the Jewish Quarter, the Western Wall, and the Temple Mount, placing key Jewish sites within impact area. In a statement, Israel official account said an Iranian missile exploded over Jerusalem's old city. Its fragments fell on the churches of the Holy Sepulchre, the Armenian Patriarchate, whatever that is, the Jewish Quarter, and the Temple Mount near Al-Qasa Mosque. Right? It says a statement added, the Iranian regime is firing missiles towards Jerusalem's holy sites, endangering the Jews, Muslims, and Christians alike. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy, man. Anyway, let me keep going. Israeli police said fragments landed across multiple locations in the old city, one of the most religiously sensitive areas in the world. Okay. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Oren Marmolstein, speaking near the scene, said the missiles had come from the Iranian regime and warned of the broader threat to Jerusalem. I want to just like say something, but let's stay in order. I'm gonna keep reading. Basically, the entire old city, this is a quote from that Marmolstein dude. Basically, the entire old city is in danger because of these ballistic missiles fired by Iran against the civilian population and now against the holy sites of Jerusalem, he said. He added that the intent behind the attacks were clear. He's quoted by saying they are trying to cause the highest possible number of civilian casualties. The same rhetoric they drop all over the world when they talking shit about other people, right? Or trying to villainize people. It says, and now they are also targeting holy sites in the cities of Jerusalem. All right. There's another full report on that, but I think that's the best description of what's going on as of the 20th, man. And it's crazy because the word holy means set apart, and Israel is a holy city, right? The people, right, which are the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that are, here in Babylon and abroad, because we're gonna have Israelites coming looking like other nations. But the point is, that land over there right now is defiled, man. It's our land, but it's our location, our land, our territory, but it's defiled right now, man. It's being trodden down by these bastards and by the heathens, by all these non-believers, these anti-Hamashiachs, and then look what's going on over there, where you have three different types of beliefs, religions, faiths in three different types of gods, which makes zero fucking sense because, you know, there is no other God that you should worship, man. And all other gods, the gods of these nations, are dumb, meaning they don't talk, they don't walk, they don't do nothing, they don't create, they do nothing, they don't exist. You know, they're idols. It's just basically praying to a rock. You know what I mean? And hoping and having faith in that rock that it'll help you some way, somehow. The point is, man, things are not adding up, man, when you compare the Jewish to the Israelites of the Bible, man. All right? Let me get this. You know, and at the end of the day, man, you know, as the title reads, man, the Lord don't lie, man. Let every man be a liar, but the Lord be true. Roughly paraphrasing, man. Okay, these people are bullshitting, man. You know, how the fuck you gonna have a Jewish, right, temple, a fucking Muslim temple, mosque, whatever they call that shit, and in a Christian church temple? Makes no fucking sense. No sense at all. When the scriptures tell you, you know, the Lord does not dwell in temples made by men. All those fucking all those erected facilities, buildings, temples, whatever you want to call them, mosques, whatever, they were all made by men. You know, by men and men on drugs, men that participate in Pink City every fucking year. You know, men that are into idols. It just doesn't make no fucking sense, man, what these people are doing over there. I mean, it doesn't make sense to the unlearned, but to someone that's learned, like us in the highways and byways, and you brothers and sisters that tune in, you know, you know what's going on. You know, these devils is trying to forge their birthright that they sold for some uncooked food, you know, and they're doing that by any means. You know what I mean? They're trying to say that they ushering in or that they're forcing the Lord's hand to send Yahushua sooner. And then in the same breath, they'll say that they'll outlawing basically Christian street preaching out there in those places. But they'll have a church, a temple dedicated to that, what they think is that God. You know, it's just total confusion, man. You know, and how the fuck do you see these people still as the people of the scriptures when none of it adds up? You know, you filter them through the scriptures and they don't add up. They do add up as the wicked, right? Malachi 4:1 or 1:4, as the wicked. Esau, Edom. Starting with Amalek, man, the top tribe, yo, those small hats, those Jewish people over there, those bastards that are trotting down our land, man. You know, let's just get a few scriptures now. I'm gonna get these few scriptures and close out. But the first one I want to bring out is Matthew 24:1 and 2, right? And now listen closely. It says, "And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temples. And Yahushua said unto them," after they showed him the temple, right? Like, oh, look at this, like, you know, how beautiful this temple is, and all the beautiful things in it, and you know how it was built, who it was built by, right? Solomon, all these things. And then he goes, and Yahushua said unto them, "See ye not all these things?" Right? Do you see all these things that you actually showed me? "Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left there one stone upon another," not one upon another stone, right? "That shall not be thrown down." In other words, all this is gonna get flattened, right? And it did actually, right? But you got these people over here talking about the Wailing Wall, you know, and I forget the other shit that they call it. You know, and they try to say that's part of the temple, the very temple that the Lord said was going to be flattened, basically, man. There wasn't going to be one stone among another. And there was a reason he said that, because look, thousands of years later, look at these assholes over there claiming that they're praying to that wall. to that structure that the Lord said there wasn't going to be around. And why even pray to that structure after it was destroyed? And supposedly, I mean, not supposedly, they definitely do this. They put little prayers, the little satanic prayers, and they squeeze it in the little crevices of the wall and whatnot. And then they hump the wall, trying to get the wall to, I guess, climax in their face. Fucking weirdos, man. Just looking at these people walking around, they look suspect as fuck. They look guilty as shit walking around, man. And then you see them in their true habitat, man, humping a goddamn wall, man. Fucking demons, bro. But you can see here how basically by them saying that wall, that's part of that wall, when it's really I forget the name of it, but it was an old fort that got destroyed, man. And if I'm not mistaken, it was erected by Herod. I could be wrong, but you Google that and it tells you that. It doesn't tell you that that it was built by the Israelites, King Solomon in particular, if I'm not mistaken. So they're bullshitting over there. They're lying. And if when you read the scriptures, which is why it says, blessed is he that readeth, right? Because you read and you see that these people are not adding up with what the scriptures say, man. And the Lord is not a liar, because he said that there shall not left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. So they're bullshitting, man. That whole thing right there is a lie. This is Revelations 21:4, right? It says, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. So like I sound illiterate. I sound crazy, but I'm driving and reading at the same time. It says, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Now, what are those former things? War, right? Tomahawks, missiles, drones, all these metals that were forged to make basically weapons of war, right? Because they claim to be those people. They claim that the prophecy of them returning back to the land was fulfilled. But along with that comes the salvation of the Lord. Along with that comes what I'm reading right now in Matthews 24:1-2. Let's read that again, right? And Yahushua went out. Nope, Salaki in Revelations. And Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. What are other former things? Killers. These people manning these drones and whatnot, man. All right. They're executing war tactics, right? Or basically moves, man, that are causing bodily injury, that are causing structure damage, traumatizing scenes and noises, you know what I'm saying? To women, children, and men, man. You got men crying, man. For their loved ones that are dying, but it is psychological, man. All these waves coming from Iran, all the other waves coming from Babylon and what you call that, Israel, who started this whole shit first. Even with those waves that will come in every few hours, that was all psychologically done, man. Psychological warfare to just keep the people in constant state of fear and stress and anxiety, man. It's not so much that you could bomb them anywhere, but let's do it in increments so we could really fuck them up mentally, But nonetheless, man, it says here that God shall wipe away the tears, and that there wasn't going to be no more deaths or sorrow, and that's exactly what's going on. So clearly, the math ain't mathing, man. But they want to make the Lord look like a liar, man. And as the title reads, the Lord don't lie, right? That was John. Let's get another one. Zephaniah 3 and 15, and then we'll jump down to 18 and 19. It says, 15 says, Yahweh has taken away thy judgment. He has cast out thine enemy, the king of Israel, even Yahweh is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. If these were the people, they shouldn't be seeing what they're seeing right now. Their holy city and their holy temples, you know, debris falling on them and shit. Like, where's God at, man? Where's your power at? Y'all got 3 religions there, you know, and not one of those gods are doing anything for y'all or for Iran, because Allah ain't fighting for Iran. Iranians are fighting for Iranians. You know what I'm saying? Now we can tell you what the Bible says, what the God of the Bible is going through all this. You know, the God of the Bible is described as being a man of war. And what are y'all going through? War. So that's the God of the Bible is warring right now, man. Putting that spirit on both sides, on all sides, man, to escalate this thing even more, man. You know? Let me read that over right quick. Yahweh has taken away thy judgments, has cast out thine enemy, thy king of Israel, even the Lord Yahweh is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore, man. So clearly these people, if that was the prophecy, man, you know, hey, man, then the Lord is a liar. If y'all the people, y'all the chosen, and y'all going through all this, even after that prophecy hit, when y'all came back to the land, then God is a liar then. You know, and we know he isn't. Well, at least not the God of the Bible, you know. Let's get another one. Koholo Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, 1144. Aparatazah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Now, actually, let's jump down to verse 18 and 19. It says, I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly. Right, those the men, starting with the men of the Lord, the elect, right? Apostles on down, man, sighing and crying for all the abominations being done in the midst of Babylon and in the world, and also the rest of the elect, the rest of the hopeful elect that are also praying for the downfall of this place, man, and for evil to be taken out. Right, those are the ones that are part of the solemn assembly. Who are of these to whom the reproach of it was a burden? It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Now it says here, I will save them, I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. How were we driven out, man? Deuteronomy 28, I think it's 48 or 64. I forget exactly where, but it tells you that we were going to be scattered. That was going to be a part of the curses, man. And we were scattered. That was our punishment, you know. But we were scattered by the same entity, God, power, that is going to join us again, or gather us again. These people, if they were the one and they're part of, they inherited those curses and they were saved. Now where is Yahweh? Where is Yahweh Shai? Why is there still bombs, you know, falling on the holy city? Why is the holy city protected by by the so-called carnal golden dome and not by the Lord himself? Right? The operation, I forget, what is it? The name of the operation that they named when they attacked Iran? Operation True, I forget, True something. But it's like they use these biblical phrases, but ain't nothing biblical about these niggas except for the fact that they the devil the Bible speaks of. They're the people that were going to be pretending to be the Israelites. That's the only time it talks about them. You know? Oh, and also in the book of Genesis, it says that he was going to have enmity with the seed of the serpent, which basically is you Edomites, starting with you Amalekites, which are you small hatters, man, you 1948ers, man. Okay, let's move on. It says, wait, where was that? Actually, yeah, no, I'll read it. I'll read the last part again. And I will behold, at that time I will undo and afflict and all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. You motherfuckers, everybody want to put hands on y'all. Everybody hates y'all around the whole fucking world. Everybody. There's not one fucking place where you could go to where people don't want to put hands on y'all. Even Argentina, the natives from over there want to put hands on y'all. I can't wait till some shit like that happens. You know, that sedition go on, and BB's brother gets taken out, pulled by his fucking hair, his fat face, fucking pig. You know. Anyways, I'll end it off with this last scripture, man, because these people are just not adding up to these salvation scriptures, man. If these were the people, then the whole earth should be at rest. These people should be at peace. You know, the nation shall be flowing to it. They're trying to strong arm everybody to flow onto them and serve them. Nobody want to serve them willingly, right? Because we ain't seen your God. Your God ain't convincing us, man. But when Yahweh Shah showed themselves, then everybody's going to be fully persuaded to flow onto Israel after that, man. Because there's going to be no doubt in the world, in the universe, in existence, who the true God is, the Most High Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. It's just going to be I forget the phrase, how to say that, but basically, nobody's going to fight it, man. After the Lord shows his power, you know, for the same power he raised up Pharaoh. How much more Babylon, the king of Babylon, and these other, nations that are joined to her, man. The Lord had them join themselves to make them even more powerful, stronger, and he's still going to show his power through that, man. That's beautiful in itself. Jeremiah 30:10, I'll end it off here, says, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. If you were captive in different places, we could all see y'all wanting jumbo airplanes over there, man, in 48, 49, 50. You know? Y'all was getting there in earthly carnal fucking chariots. Not the Lord. Not by the hand of the Lord. You know, it says, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar. Nobody in the world seen y'all niggas get saved, man. Y'all had to come up with a document, the Balfour Declaration, just to be able to steal that location from the people that were there before y'all, that are not originally from there neither. And call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. I got a 144 right in front of me. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. We're almost out of here, Akio, man. It says, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. O Jacob, and Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. But, clearly this article is coming out, and the Marmelstein, that guy that was speaking, that was quoted at the end, he's fearing, right? Because they debris falling all over the place, and their little holy temples. Ain't nothing holy about that except for the holes that's gonna be left in there when them fucking missiles hit, man. And we pray that it does, man. Fuck y'all, demons, devils. Can't wait till the Lord destroy you motherfuckers, man. Tired of this place, man. If you're not in that spirit of being tired of this fucking place, man, you basically going off, man. You want this place to keep going? All this suffering, man? Anyways, man, I pray this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, salutations to your brothers in the highways and byways, salutations also and always goes out to your brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. The rest of the hopeful elect, to you all I say Shalom, Baba Bo, and Kwam Yasharala.